So we all know hindsight is 2020, and it sounds like you had a pretty incredible high school journey and college journey. But if you could go back to high school or even college, what are some things that you would, like do differently, or what would you have changed?
So I touched on my high school coach and how things were like, a lot of things that happened when I was a kid would not happen now. Like he might have lost his job, like if it was 2021, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we didn't have social media then, and also it was like normal for coaches to treat kids however. But looking back on that, I went through a lot as a kid. You probably heard a lot of Katana stories. Me and Katana story is very similar. We grew up together our entire lives, like from birth. Our moms were best friends. And so we both went through a lot in our personal lives as kids. So I already was like a very anxious kid because I was going through a lot of traumatic stuff at home. And I think that I really let the combination of home and like the pressure of basketball make me like a very, very anxious person. Like before the games, I would like tap my foot like so hard, and because I would be so anxious, and my coach, it would drive my coach crazy. He would like put his hand on my leg to stop me, but I literally, like looking back on it, it was like anxiety. It was real anxiety. And looking back on it, if I could do anything different, I think that I would have talk to my dad. Now, granted, my dad wouldn't have done nothing because anxiety to this day right now probably isn't a real thing to him. But I think I would have maybe talked to my counselor at school or somebody to try to get help, because that anxiety blossomed. I don't blossom is a little bit too positive a word, but it like transformed into like this obsession with people pleasing and winning, and basketball at some point wasn't as fun as it used to be because I took it so serious. It was like life or death. And I think that if maybe I had gotten some help with anxiety back then and managing my stress and resting more, I think that I would have enjoyed it more than I did at certain points in college. I always enjoyed it because I like to win, but my little sister, who's 2 years younger than me, listen, she had a ball because she did not care. She literally would like joke around in warm-ups, like always laughing, always being crazy. She was like the team clown. I was wound up, honey. We would argue and we would fight because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, we can't lose. Like I have to score this many points. These things have to happen because like I can't handle it if it does not happen that way. And that type of thinking definitely crossed over into my adult life. And it really all started with basketball because it was a lot of stressors. It was a lot for anybody to deal with.
Thanks for tuning in to Scale, Sports, Knowledge, and Life, a space where we empower student athletes. Please like, share, follow, and subscribe.